Hi, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Mechach, Padash. Double honors to our apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. I'm your brother, Rabbi Knapp, coming out with a lesson, Lord's will, edifying to the Lord's elect. Let's see what's in the news real quick. Gunmen targeted Australia's Jewish community in a deadly mass shooting. Okay. Buffalo Bills players staff safe and after deadly shooter. Who cares? Trump vows retaliation after 3 Americans killed in Syria attack. And I was going into that last night, man. So here it is, you know, America's in Syria getting attacked, man. They killed 2 U.S. soldiers and an interpreter. It wasn't just some regular Americans, man. That was straight to the U.S. military. You know, so as a matter of fact, I'm curious to see if there's any updates on that. Let me go in there real quick. It says United States President Donald Duck has pledged to pursue serious retaliation against ISIS after an ambush in central Syria killed 2 American soldiers and 1 civilian interpreter. So I thought ISIS was done. Okay, they caused all types of hell in the Middle East, and guess what? They're still here. They're still here, man. That's these foreigners. That's these strangers. All right. These are situations that he ain't even prepared for. It said what was he doing out there in Syria? It said he was trying to engage with leadership. He just had the Syrian president out here playing basketball with the U.S. military, and then you go over there and they're taking shots at you. All right. So, you know, all these things going on in the world, man. If you think that you have peace, you think in your mind, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of those ISIS people are here. You had a National Guard member get popped about a week ago. You know, these people were from the Middle East. They said they were Afghani. You know, so all types of attacks could happen at any moment. And all types of laws he can put in place, and that's what I'm talking about here, man. You know, those draconian measures. He already used the situation. I believe that happened in D.C. with a National Guard got shot. He's already using that to be more strict on people coming into this place. Meanwhile, the CIA supposedly used to deal with them. So you should have already known that all his credentials, everything he's about. You're the one who you used them before. That's why they have in their laws. You're not supposed to mess with a terrorist, quote unquote. Well, that's Esau, man. He's the same thing. You ain't supposed to mess with his ass. Because why? Because you might think that a friend of my enemy or enemy that's cool with me. If I'm cool with your enemy, then that's my friend or something like that. That's not the case, man. Especially when it comes to wicked people, man. You got to destroy their ass too. If he's wicked, both of them need to be destroyed. I'm not going to be cool with you to get through. Nah, man. You both wicked. Now, don't get us wrong. You know, when you read about Israel made covenants with the heathen. We had to do that. It tells you in the book of Maccabees, we went to go make a covenant with the Romans. We know the Romans were a bunch of Edomites and heathen, but we still did that because we was fighting some other heathens. But what did the Romans do after that? 70 AD, they came down and they destroyed your household. They destroyed your temple. They stole all your gold. So you can't make no covenant with these niggas, man. It was better for you to have the Lord defend you like he did when he did it against the Assyrians. He was proud. Sennacherib thought, I'm going to come into the northern kingdom. He went to the northern kingdom, thought he was going to come into the southern kingdom. The Lord sent an angel and destroyed his ass. Okay, so that's the only type of salvation. That's the only thing that can help us. Making covenants with these heathen, man. Now they're going to pop up on you, you thinking he's your friend, and he going to shoot your ass. And what can you say? Who will pity a child who's bitten with a serpent? That's what you get. Let's see what else the duck said. It says an investigation is underway to determine whether the attacker was linked to ISIL. And your president, he don't give a fuck about those Americans that died. He showed you that when he brought the president of Syria over here and talked to him. And then a reporter asked her, what about the reporter that they killed? And what about this and that? No, that was the Saudi Arabian president, excuse me. And he said, he's a good man. That's what he said. He's a good man. Well, wait until we find out. He's probably gonna say the same thing about these people that went in there today. He probably used that as a way to get into that area. Wherever ISIL is, the American military is coming right behind them. We got to go in there in the guise of saving the world. So that's another war front that you ain't vote for, is what I'm trying to say here, man. You got Venezuela, you ain't vote for that. He didn't tell you about that. He said he was going to stop the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. He didn't tell you about that. That's not happening. Then he's going to go into Syria. He vows to retaliate, he said. He told you, he's vowing. He's making an oath. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go do, for these 3 people over here, I'm going to go over there and you're going to destabilize that place. And the Bible talks about Turkey. Gomer's about to be in the newspaper soon. Turkey had enough of you motherfuckers, man. He's tired of the small hat. He's tired of you damn Americans. He got thermonuclear capability. He want to use that shit, man. And who he want to use it on? He want to use it on y'all. Turkey's been very quiet in the news. You don't really hear about Erdogan too much. Erdogan can't wait to put you Egyptians to death, man. He's tired of you. Imagine somebody, your neighbors, constantly making noise, constantly just trying to fuck up your border. What's he gonna do? He's gonna have to go in there, man, and clean that shit up. He don't want the U.S. at his border. You saw what he did. You saw, Americans don't know about foreign policy, man. They're fucking dumbasses. Look at a dumbass American go over there and talk. He's super proud. He looked down on Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Then he goes to see another poor Arab man. He's gonna be looking down on him too. So the Arab man's like, fuck it. I'd rather blow myself up and kill this nigga than even have him talk to me. Okay? And guess what? All them Arabs about to get down on you Americans, man. It's about time. I'd get pissed off if I had some nigga constantly pushing my nerves, man. Keep doing this to me. If I don't want my women out here in the street being a harlot like your women are here in America, because I see that's gonna have a direct effect to my people. And I look at you so-called Negroes, like the people that you got over there who are native to that land. Look at them now, they're drinking, they're dying, they're being put to death. I don't want your fucking set up your government change up over here. So these people know that, judging by the history of this nigga, they understand this nigga's the devil. And I'm gonna do I'll teach my kid how to, he ain't going to school tomorrow. Load that gun up, and whatever so-called white man you see come down here, put his ass to death. I don't care if he got an American flag. I don't care what flag he got on his arm. Hello, keep the hard work, said hi. Hey, shalom. Shalom, Alex, Alex H&M. But that's how it is, man. If Erdogan don't do anything, his country's gonna get destabilized. And then what? Is he gonna go in there? He probably don't like Erdogan either. I'm gonna go in there and help the people over there in Turkey because he loves you so damn much, man. Get the hell out of here. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Isaiah. So this devil's full of shit, is what I'm trying to say here. Is it Isaiah? Or is it Jeremiah? Hold on. Nope, it's not there. I might have to look it up. Gotta look it up. Where he tells them, it says something about, oh Elam. KJV. It's Isaiah 21. Let's go there. Let's see what that's about. Isaiah the 21st chapter. Isaiah 21. Isaiah 21, in verse 1, it says, the burden of the desert of the sea, as whirlwinds in the south pass through, so it cometh from the desert, from a terrible land. Let me grab this. I forgot what that's talking about. Let me grab this precept that I want. I believe it's the next verse, but Isaiah 21 and 1, meaning. Isaiah 21 is a prophetic chapter detailing divine judgment against Babylon, Edom, and Arabia, with the main focus being Babylon's sudden downfall by the Medes and Persians, described as a terrifying desert whirlwind sweeping in, ending their pride and feasting as a watchman reports the fall, offering hope for Judah amidst this chaos. The desert of the sea imagery points to the marshy Mesopotamian plains and Babylon's eventual desolation, a stark contrast to its current power. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm forecasting the destruction of the Babylonians by the Arabians. Okay. Isaiah 21 and 1, the burden of the desert of the sea, as the whirlwinds in the south pass through, so it cometh from the desert, from a terrible land. A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth. And of course, that's Esau. He deals treacherously. He's spoiling. He's stealing. He's robbing. He's killing. He's in the sea. He's taking tankers. Iran just grabbed the tanker too. So if people keep stealing these tankers and food and all of this, what's that going to happen? What's that going to do to your economy, man? You're relying on these shipping routes so you can get the products you like to buy and put it on your table. But eventually, those shipping routes are going to be done with, man. Those cargo containers, ain't nothing coming here to Babylon, man. You're going to be cut off. You're going to go through a famine. What are you going to do then? You're going to try to go house to house, but eventually that's not going to work. Someone's going to kill your ass. And if you don't go, you gotta pine away. So what are you going to do? See, I've already played all these scenarios in my mind, and I understand that the only way I can make it is if there's a heavenly Father and a Son, and these words are true. That's the only way. Okay? And the spoiler, go up. Oh, Elam are the Persians. Okay, Elam are those Iranians. Okay, but they're also those Indians too. They're also the Indians, the Eastern Indians. So what they're doing is they're the Lord's telling Elam to go up against Babylon, which is America. O Media, it says, Elam besiege, O Media, all the sighing thereof have I made to cease. So he's telling Elam and the Medes, the Persians and the Medes, to go up against Babylon again. And we see that Iran and the Russians are working together. Russia's also going to be a guard to Turkey in all of his bands. So, and who's over there? Mr. Babylon himself. And he already getting two soldiers died, and he's vowing to send people to that border. So there's going to be a destabilization over there. And he was talking to the Syrian president not too long ago, like I was saying. Okay, so there you go. This is Babylon judgment. Desert of the sea refers to Babylon, a fertile land now depicted as a desolate sea or marsh, soon to be swept by a whirlwind of destruction. That's right. Scriptures call them terrible land. And that's talking about Babylon. He's known as terrible, man. Thy terribleness have deceived thee. That's talking about Esau. Because he thinks His military might is capable of doing whatever he needs him to do, but that's his pride. Ultimately, he's going to be destroyed. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, KJV. I think that's Jeremiah 49:16. Let me grab that. Thy terribleness, Jeremiah 49, verse 16, have deceived thee in the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. I'm talking about you cavemen, you Edomites, that holdest the height of the hill. Yeah, you holdest the height of the hill. You the top nation down here. You got all the military capability, right? Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. Yeah, you make your nest as high as the eagle, right? You got military capability. You got space stations. You're looking down on the world. You can zoom in on other countries and see what they stockpiling. You got all these scanners. You can see how much oil they have, how much they're taking out of the ground, right? I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. So the Lord's going to bring you down from the thence. Your power, your capability to spy on other nations from the sky, the Lord's going to take all that down. But going back to that, thy terribleness have deceived thee. That's going into his military capability. So he think he's militarily capable of going into Syria and getting a victory or getting his retaliation back. And that might not be the case, man. You might be stuck over there, and because you're going to allocate more troops over there. You sent 200 to Israel. Clearly, you got some in Syria. You're going to allocate more troops over there, and by the time you know it, he got 20, 30,000 people over there in the Middle East, and it's about to get kicked off in that desolate land. This is the book of Isaiah 21:3. Therefore are my loins filled with pain. Pangs have taken hold upon me, as the pangs of a woman that travaileth. I was bowed down at the hearing of it. I was dismayed at the seeing of it. Let's see what that's talking about. Isaiah 21:3. Isaiah 21 verse 3 meaning. Let's see what that means, man. It says, read that. Therefore are my loins filled with pain. Loins represent strength and inward parts. Isaiah feels intense anguish in his core, not literal sickness, but spiritual and emotional distress from the vision. So he's seeing the vision of you Babylonians being destroyed. This shows how heavy the judgment of Babylon is, even for the prophet delivering it. So he got tired, man. Seeing this vision, seeing all the destruction. These visions were heavy because he was probably feeling all types of things when he saw what the Lord was going to do to the Babylonians. Pangs have taken hold upon me as the pangs of a woman that travaileth. Birth pangs represent sudden, unavoidable judgment. Babylon's fall will come quickly and violently. Once it starts, it cannot be stopped. So it already started. He's already in the land that's barren and desolate. He's already in the Middle East. So surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. They were already fighting in Syria. Now his ass is over there. So that's going to increase, and you didn't vote for that. You didn't vote for that, man. And you're not going to vote for him sending your kids over there to go fight these people, too. As a matter of fact, Duck was at the Navy-Army game yesterday, flipping the coin. He was in the middle of the game, flipping the coin, man. These people don't do things like that for no reason, man. Probably some type of ritual told you, I want you to go to the Army-Navy game. Show your face so they can think you're for them, because this is going to be the people that you're going to be sending over there to fight these people. And you're going to fulfill Joel 2:20. That's probably the next batch that's going up over there. They all look young. They all look dumb. I'm telling you, man, a lot of your military don't look. I mean, they're 18. 18 nowadays, you look like you're 14 years old, man. That's what it looks like. It looks like a bunch of kids in his Navy, in his military. But the people over there, a lot of them are grown men. A lot of them, a lot of these heathen nations, they're grown. North Korea, they're like old men. Okay, so an older man, when he's going to war, man, he's not like a kid, man. He's done seen a lot to the point where, hey, man, he already got a family. A lot of you military personnel, y'all don't even got any kids. Y'all gonna be going to war thinking, damn, you know, I wish I had a kid, I wish I had a wife. You ain't even gonna want to fight. You see those Ukrainians, they giving up during the war. Not all of them, but there's a vast amount of people. Because they're like, shit, I can't shoot down a drone, man. Some of these people who are surviving these drone strikes are shooting them out the sky. You know how hard it is to shoot a drone out the sky, man? Shit, man, you gotta have elite aim to shoot some shit like that out the sky. It says, therefore, my Lord, I said that. It says, I was bowed down at the hearing of it. Hearing the prophecy alone overwhelms him. Shows that the word of the Lord carries weight, not just information. I was dismayed at the seeing of it. Seeing the vision confirms the horror of Babylon's judgment. Isaiah is shaken because Babylon represents a major power used to oppress Israel, and its destruction will be massive and violent. And it's the truth. So let's see what else Isaiah said. Isaiah 21:4. My heart painted, fearfulness affrighted me. The night of my pleasure have he turned into fear unto me. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. Let's see what that says. Isaiah 21:5. Isaiah 21 verse 5, meaning. Pretty much talking about the fall of Babylon. Prepare the table. Babylon is setting up a banquet / feast, symbolizing luxury, pride, and false security. It lines up historically with Belshazzar's feast the night Babylon was taken. Okay. And you can kind of see that now with the duck. He took off the west wing. Now he's building a ballroom over there so he can bring all his people to drink, have fun. That was the beginning of Belshazzar. He's trying to build the Ark of Titus in the front of the White House. What's that? That has to do with the Jewish-Roman wars. He was at the Caesar Dome when the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl last year. What the hell are you doing that for? He's showing you what spirit he's coming in. He's coming in that ancient Roman spirit, like that's gonna prosper him, man. But this is the end. Rome ain't gonna last forever, man. Rome had to fall. Rome was dealing with inflation. You're starting to see inflation. Rome was dealing with the Jews, with Yahushua, and you're starting to see brothers come out on these highways and hedges. Rome was Nero when he burned down the city and blamed it on Jews. That's what he's gonna do with us. He gonna be as this place gets burnt down, as this place starts to crumble. Who is he blaming it on? He's blaming it on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's saying we gotta get rid of these immigrants. That's why your pay's not going up. It's easy to do that, but still, he getting rid of all these immigrants, but yet your pay's still not going up, showing you that this nigga's a liar, man. That shit don't matter. Slavery built up this place, so if you take away what built this place up, guess what? You're systematically destroying this place. So he's not here to make it great again. He's here to transition you dumbass people into taking a mark of the beast chip. Ultimately, the Lord is moving him to do that because it's getting close to the end. Okay, and he put the spirit on y'all to feel like this is the person that you wanted. So you got to vote for your own downfall, just like Israel. Israel wanted a king. They got Saul. And Saul ended up not doing what he was supposed to do. And what happened to him? He fell on the sword. And the same thing's going to happen to this nigga. He going to fall on the sword. Going into the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter. And that's thermonuclear destruction. He's the one who used it first. And all these swords are going to be coming over here, these missiles. Isaiah 21, verse 6. For thus have the Lord said unto me, go, said a watchman, let him declare what he seeth. And we see the same thing. Isaiah was seeing the destruction of Babylon. And Isaiah understood about the Persians and the Medes. He understood that Belshazzar, he understood Daniel the 5th chapter. He's coming in there, he's gonna get you while you partying. While you're in Ezekiel the 38th chapter says the land of unwalled villages, where they dwell safely at. That's where he's coming. He thinks he's secure. He thinks that his military capability is gonna protect him. It's not. Okay. Hold on, I didn't finish this. This is watch the watchtower. This is ironic. They should be watching, but they aren't taking the threat seriously. The warning exists, but it is ignored. And that's what a lot of us are ignored. We see it on a daily basis. We constantly warning about it. But who's watching? Nobody, man. Nobody. Nobody cares, man. Because this word ain't for everybody. The Lord ain't trying to help everybody out. Most of these people you see, they all going to get burnt up and die. Imagine them, when I see these majority of these people, I think them suffering from having no food. Sometimes they drive by, they talk shit. Some people, little young niggas be driving by talking shit, and I remember their face. It's like I take a mental note of it because I know we're coming to that time where I'm probably gonna see them suffering, begging for bread. And this is the bread that they should have been eating. I was trying to already give them bread, but they didn't want the bread. They didn't want the water. So the Lord's not going to feed them or give them water to drink. It's very simple. Isaiah chapter 21. Actually, let me see if I finish the watchtower thing. It says, eat and drink shows carelessness and drunkenness. Babylon believes peace and safety are guaranteed. That's right. They do think peace and safety is guaranteed. That's going back to Jeremiah 49:16, where it says, thy terribleness have deceived thee. Okay? Your military capability, your capability to protect yourself and fight up against foreign invaders and things like that, you think that's going to protect you. It's not. These hypersonic missiles, these Poseidon missiles, the threats you already have within your border aren't the people you're going after. Some of the people are your own people. That's one thing the Romans had to deal with, man. You read about Julius Caesar. How did Julius Caesar die? He wants to be a Caesar so badly. Let's see how Julius Caesar died. How did Julius Caesar die? Julius Caesar died from assassination on March 15, 44 BC, when a group of Roman senators, fearing his absolute power and ambition to become king, stabbed him repeatedly around 23 times during a Senate meeting at the Curia of Pompeii in Rome, led by figures like Brutus and Cassius. That's probably why Muhammad Ali didn't want to be called Cassius Clay anymore. He don't want to be called after fucking Rome. But then he wanted to be an Arab, man. That's what's wrong with our people. He didn't know he was Israel. You know, so, you know, if Julius Caesar got put to death by his own people, man, I want to trust, Edomite can't even trust an Edomite. The Russians are Edomites, and they're going to cut you down. Isaiah 24 in verse number 7. And he showed a chariot with a couple of horsemen, a chariot of asses, and a chariot of camels, and he hearkened diligently with much heed. Let me see what that means. What does that mean? Man, let's let me finish this. Hold on. It says, arise, ye princes. A sudden call to action. Panic sets in once the enemy breaks through. The leaders are caught off guard. And anoint the shields. Shields were anointed with oil to keep them from cracking and to deflect blows. Symbolizes last minute preparation, but it's too late. That's right. It's too late, man. Next verse. It's too late. And a lot of y'all, it's going to be too late for you. That call to repentance, that door of mercy, that grace is coming to an end too. You should have been prepared. And you're not going to be prepared for the battle, man. You got a lot of Christians. I was watching this Christian. Christians always got lessons like 5 good things the Bible tells you to do in the morning. I'm thinking, and they were good. It was good advice. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad, but it was like, out of all the things that's going on in the world, Why don't you warn the people about this destruction that's about to happen? You claim to love the Lord. You don't understand precepts like Revelation 19:10, where it tells you that the spirit of prophecy, man. Okay, the Lord has. If you have the Lord, man, you have the spirit of prophecy. You Christians don't prophesy, man. You're always talking about something like this place is gonna last. You know, if you meditate on these scriptures, you're gonna be. It's gonna make you feel better. Man, you should be worried about the Lord destroying your ass, man. You should be repenting. You should know. You should be waking up the children of Israel, man. You still trimming your ways to seek love, man. You looking for views, man. And so someone like that, he's not gonna make it. He's ashamed of the Lord. He probably heard an Israelite, and he probably, you know what? I can't. He hates Israelites, so he hates the Lord. You hate the Lord's children, you just like the rest of the heathen. So you're gonna be destroyed too. So you gotta watch out for people like that. Okay. What's this say? It says, Isaiah 21:7. What's that talking about? Saw the chariots. Next verse. So Isaiah is seeing, let's see what it says. The watchman now begins to report what he sees. These images describe the armies coming against Babylon, particularly the Medes and the Persians. And you can see that happening. Okay? You can see that happening. Last time the duck was a president, he killed the general over there in Iran, and they vowed to kill his ass. They vowed to do something to him. And he's going over there closer and closer. Then he blew up 3 of their nuclear sites. You know, but they don't need to develop a missile. The Russians can give them one. Just Cuba didn't have no nuclear missile program. Russia just gave them nuclear missiles. That's going into the whole Russian nuclear crisis. The Cuban nuclear crisis under John F. Kennedy. So you don't need to have, he think he blew something up. You didn't do shit. He actually allowed you to come in there and investigate what he was doing. And then you kept fucking around, and he said, you know, I'm gonna continue to do what I'm gonna do. But he didn't need that for a missile. He was probably actually trying to just do what he said he was gonna do. But Esau fucked that up. You know? That's why when you read Ezekiel the 38th chapter, that's Russia being a guard unto them. They don't need nuclear missiles. Russia got plenty of missiles to get. He gave the president of Belarus, when he got in there, he gave him a, I forgot how to say it, a Roshnik, I forgot the name of it. He gave him a missile. Hey, congratulations on your victory. Here's a missile. He just gave him it. He don't need, come on, man. He don't need, everything's already created. All he got to do is deliver it to you. Let's see what this is talking about, the chariots, before I forget. This says, and he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, represents military forces invading, advancing. A couple points to 2 powers working together historically, the Medes and the Persians, which are the modern day Russians and Iranians. Okay? A chariot of asses and a chariot of camels. These animals were commonly used in Persian and Median armies. Indicates foreign invaders, not Babylonian troops. Camels also suggest desert warfare and long-distance invasion. And he hearkened diligently with much heed. The watchman is extremely alert, shows the seriousness of the vision. Nothing is overlooked. That's why we're the same way. We watch for everything, every aspect of prophecy we're combing through it. You know, if it's in the news and the Lord is revealing it to us, hey, why not blow the trumpet? Why not blow the trumpet? Somebody's gonna hear that word, man. Someone's gonna hear the trumpet. If you're constantly blowing the trumpet, they can hear the word. They can see what's going on. Okay, I can see how that matches up with prophecy. Okay, and maybe if the Lord's dealing with him, shit, he might even convert. He might start blowing the horn. And that's how the word goes out. Word of mouth. Okay? It says, so Isaiah's seeing all of this, the destruction of Babylon. Isaiah 21:8, and he cried, a lion. My Lord, I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am setting my ward whole nights. That's why I'm setting my ward, W-A-R-D, whole nights. So he's constantly watching what the enemy is doing, but he's seeing a vision. Let's see what that. Let's see how they break that down. Isaiah 21 verse 8. Next verse. The phone's about to die. The watchman now cries out, meaning he speaks loudly and urgently. Why he has seen is what he has seen is certain, and he has been watching without rest. Hey, that's the spirit to be in, man. Like it tells you in the book of Luke chapter, I think it's Luke chapter, I want to say 8. No. Where it's at, but it basically says, it might be 18. It might be 18. Luke chapter 18 and verse Luke chapter 18, I'll start at 5. It says, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith, and shall not God avenge his own elect? What's up? What's going on? All right. No, thank you.
Only you, primo.
Hey, brother, thank you, man. Thank you. What's your nationality?
Guatemala.
Guatemala. Let me show you something, Guatemala. You're an Israelite from Zebulon.
Can I see that?
Yeah. Yeah, this is for you. Zebulon. Guatemala. Guatemala. You see? Guatemala, the Panama. Zebulon. That's okay, it's all right. It's all right, it's okay. It's okay. Look at Israel.
Israel?
Yes. Hey, we're Israelites. You and me. I'm Israel. You're Israel. We're Israelites.
Israel?
Israel. Me and you. You understand?
Yeah.
You want to hear the word? That's good. Okay. That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit, man. Luke chapter 18, and verse 5. Yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith, and shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? That's right. So here it is. He avenges his own elect who cry day and night unto him. So that's Isaiah. Oh man, I ripped my page. Isaiah is he's being a watchman. He's seeing the vision. He's continually in his ward, like it was saying in Isaiah 21 and 8. Isaiah 21 verse 9. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen, and he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he have broken unto the ground. So Babylon is fallen. Babylon's talking about America. It's going to be destroyed. Hey, Shalom. Shalom. Okay? It's going to be destroyed, man. Well, I don't even have any cash on me, brother.
You want a soda?
No, I'm good.
Water.
If you want to get me some water. Okay. All right. You wanna get water, I'll take a water. He's to the meat. I don't know if he's drunk. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him, but it is what it is, man. I come out here and I don't care. I don't care. Whoever the Lord want to bring up to the altar, bring them on. Bring them on, Lord. Edomites, Moabites, Zebulonites, I don't give two craps. I'm gonna speak the word. Isaiah 21 verse 9, and behold, here cometh the chariot of men with a couple of horsemen, and he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he hath broken unto the ground. So all your graven images of your gods are going to be broken unto the ground. They're not going to save you. Okay, there's a lot of graven images of a so-called white man named Caesar Borgia that y'all worship. That's going to be destroyed. Okay, and it's not gonna do anything for you because you're not believing in the Lord in truth and sincerity. If you can't receive the name of the Lord, it's probably because you're wicked in some way in the eyes of the Lord. The Lord's not dealing with you, or you just probably not just the elect. It's very simple. Okay, Isaiah 21 verse 10. O my threshing in the corn of my floor, that which I have heard of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, have I declared unto you. Let me see what that means. Isaiah 21 and 10. Oh, my threshing in the corn of my floor. I gotta see, what does that mean, man? Isaiah 21 verse 10, meaning. What does that mean? Isaiah 21 verse 10. The verse closes the prophecy against Babylon after the watchman announces Babylon is fallen, is fallen. Isaiah turns and addresses Israel directly. Oh, my threshing. Threshing is the process of beating grain to separate wheat from chaff. Israel is being afflicted and oppressed while living under the rule of nations like Babylon. The Lord allows this process to purify and discipline his people. And the corn of my floor, corn is grain, represents the elect of Israel. The floor belongs to the Lord. Israel is his possession even while being afflicted. That which I have heard of the Lord of hosts confirms the message is direct revelation. Lord of hosts emphasizes Yahweh as commander of heavenly and earthly armies. The God of Israel have declared unto you. This prophecy is for Israel's comfort and assurance. Though Israel is being threshed, their oppressor Babylon will be judged. Isaiah has faithfully delivered the message without alteration. Con, man. Con. And that's what we're trying to do. We use giving the message through our apostles and elders on down, and we trying to pass it out the same way, man. We're trying to keep the doctrine pure. Because there's a lot of brothers that are out there, you know, they falling off, man, for whatever reason, whether it be filthy lucre's sake, whatever it is, man. I was watching Hassad break something down. I'm kind of glad he be bringing up these topics, man. I mean, it sucks for him, but it allows us to further analyze the scriptures and really get deep into this thing, man. You got to be a defender of the gospel. He was going to 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, going way off. He was going to Romans, the 5th chapter, going way off. But we were able to go in there, read it for ourselves, get reacclimated with the scriptures. Pastor Tahar went in a video and did a video on it. And then it's good that he does that. That's being on this tower too. You know, always talking about things pertaining to the MOTB. If he didn't do that, he done so many videos on the MOTB. If he just said, I've done so many videos on the MOTB, then nobody, I wouldn't have learned about that. I didn't hear about the MOTB until a couple years ago. I kind of knew what it was, but once you married it to the scriptures, it made even more sense to me. What it actually is spiritually. You might understand what it is physically, but a lot of y'all don't know what it means for you spiritually. Okay, because people think of things carnally. Isaiah 21 verse 11, the burden of Duma he called to me out of Seir, watchman that of the night, watchman what of the night, Salakia. Watchman what of the night, watchman what of the night. It says it twice for some reason. The watchman said, the morning cometh, and also the night. If ye will inquire, ye return come. The burden upon Arabia, in the forest in Arabia shall ye lodge, O ye traveling companies of Dedanim. the inhabitants of the land of Tema brought water to him that was thirsty. They prevented with their bread him that fled. I gotta get into this. What is he talking about, man? What is Isaiah talking about? I'm about to die. Isaiah 21 verse 13, meaning. I'm about to die. Isaiah 21 verse 13, meaning. Hopefully I just want to get the rest of this. Come on, man. The burden means a heavy prophetic judgment. Yeah, the burden upon Arabia. Arabia is coming under divine visitation, not peace. In the forest in Arabia shall ye lodge. Arabia is mostly desert. Mentioning forests implies unusual hiding places, shows fear, displacement, and flight, not normal dwelling. People are forced to hide due to war or invasion. O ye traveling companies of the Danites were merchant caravans known for trade. Normally they traveled freely. Now they are disrupted, hiding instead of trading. Shows how judgment affects commerce and travel. And that's what we're starting to see now with these different shipping routes, with the containers, the oil rigs, the oil containers. You know, that's gonna hurt Babylon, man. I wouldn't be surprised. I keep saying it, man. Gas prices about to go up, man. They keep taking these oil tankers. If oil's not reaching where it needs to go, then people's gas prices are gonna be affected, and that's a direct effect on your food prices too. Okay. Isaiah 21, in verse 14, the inhabitants of the land of Tema brought water to him that was thirsty. They prevented with their bread him that fled. For they fled from the swords, from the drawn sword, and from the bent bow, and from the grievousness of war. For thus have the Lord said unto me, within a year, according to the years of a hireling, all the glory of Kedar shall fail, and the residue of the number of archers, the mighty men of the children of Kedar, shall be diminished, for the Lord God of Israel has spoken it. Let me see what that is, Isaiah 21, verse 17. Now this is probably already, of course it already happened, but Babylon fell, but the way he's saying Babylon is fallen, it's just like it says in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Isaiah 21, verse 17, meaning. I don't know who Kedar is. Let's see what it says. And the residue of the numbers of the archers. Residue means what remains after destruction. Only a small remnant of Kedar's military strength will survive. Their numbers will be greatly reduced. The mighty men of the children of Kedar. Kedar was known for skilled archers, the strong warriors. Their reputation for military power will not save them. It shall be diminished means cut down, weakened, reduced. Shows decisive judgment, not just loss, but crippling defeat. For the Lord God of Israel has spoken it. This seals the prophecy, emphasizes certainty. Once Yahweh speaks, it must come to pass. Shows that even nations outside Israel are judged by Israel's God. That's right. So you heathen gonna get judged too. But the fact of the matter is, we're seeing the same type of things going on in the world today. You know, we prophesying, we're seeing that the Persians and the Medes are being raised up, the kings of the east. We see the Euphrates River withering away. We see that war on the horizon, man. And he's on many battlefronts, just like ancient Rome. His army was all over the place. Okay, and then the same thing's gonna happen again. The Lord is doing it all over again, man. Just like it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes, first chapter, I believe, where it talks about the Lord, that which has been is that which shall be. So you can see why Isaiah's saying it like this, because he's writing this down because we're seeing the same type of things in this time. Some of these prophecies haven't been fulfilled. Some of them have partially been fulfilled. When you read Matthew the 24th chapter, it talks about the fall of Jerusalem, but it also applies to Jacob's trouble in the last days. So that's it partially being fulfilled. In that time it was fulfilled, but it's still going to be fulfilled again. You got tribulation coming again. Your temple going to be destroyed, which is your body with the RFID microchip. But you don't know you're a temple, so you ain't going to defend yourself. And the only way you really can defend yourself is having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's your defense right there, through the Spirit. You're not going to be walking according to the ways of this world like everybody else. I don't think this dude's coming back anyway, but that's how Israel is, man. His spirit wanna know, but ultimately it's the Lord, man. You want to sit by the word. I spoke to somebody, he didn't even speak a lick of English, and I was still able to communicate the word to him. You know? Still able to do it. And gave him a brother's channel, if the conversation leads to that, because he was sincerely wanting to know what was going on, and he probably got built up already. It don't take a long time to learn about the Lord, man. If you're part of the elect, it tells you in the book of Isaiah, the 11th chapter, there'd be of a quick understanding. So that's part of the Spirit of just dealing with you, man. It's not hard to understand who Israel is, according to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, who the mystery of the Gentiles. The Lord will figure, you'll learn all of that. He'll open your mind up to all of that. Let me grab this in the book of Isaiah 22 and 22. Isaiah 22 and 22. Yeah, that's the next chapter. Isaiah 22. And 22. It says, "In the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder, so he shall open and none shall shut, and he shall shut and none shall open." So the key of the house of David, man. Okay. Ultimately, the key to the house of David is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's Yahweh Shai supping with you, opening up your mind opening up the minds of the elect to receive these prophecies, to receive Yahweh Shai, and ultimately the Spirit. Okay, that's why when we do this work, it's really for certain men to actually get it, that the Lord put the Spirit on one man to unlock the next man so he could get it. Not everyone, I might not have the key to open up a lot of doors, but it might be one brother. One brother might be like, no, okay, you know what, he's right. Okay. Shalom, King. You know? Another Israelite, man, I see out here all the damn time, man. Here. He need to wake the hell up, man. He know about Israel. He know about some of our people. They know they don't teach, but they still bug the fuck out, man. Nigga knows he's an Israelite, but he can't repent. He can't repent, man. And some people got that mindset, they'll never repent, but hey, it is what it is. But eventually, you know, if the Lord is dealing with you, he'll probably still wake you up. Because what's his name? Dalton Thomas. He had the same type of spirit. My phone is dead. I can't find it. Who said it? But Dalton Thomas did the same thing. I think that's in the book of John. He said, I ain't gonna believe until I put my fingers in the hole. Oh, my man, Dalton Thomas, man. There's a lot of Dalton Thomases out there. As a matter of fact, let me grab this in the book of Hebrews, the 13th chapter. Hebrews chapter 13. He tells you that, let me see if I can find it. Is it 13? What does he say? He says, that people shall be willing. No, that's in the book of Psalms. That's in the book of Psalms. My people shall be willing in the day of thy power. When they see the power of the Lord, they're instantly going to change, man. Because you're not going to see anybody worse than Jesus Christ that's going to be performing miracles. He's going to be dealing with his elect in that time, man. Okay, they're going to be believing in Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, which is the Paleo-Hebrew for he is, which is Yahweh in the name, meaning Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, meaning the deliverer. All right, so that's when they're going to be willing. When they see that power, when they see the judgments being executed, you might stumble across a man of the Lord. He's going to be no doubt that the Lord's dealing with certain men. You can kind of already see it through the spirit that he already dealing with some men that are out there right now. If they got this word, you know, their spirit is, you can kind of see it. I ain't saying it's not like you just know, but through the spirit you can see certain things. You can see like, man, the Lord definitely dealing with them brothers over there. You know, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, there's a couple brothers. Even some younger brothers. It's not always just the elders, man. I actually saw the elder give double honors to some of the younger brothers, man. I never see. That's what I mean. That, you know, some people. I don't think a lot of people don't know what this thing's about, man. He was giving double honors to some of y'all. You know, because ultimately, if you part of that number, man. Hey, man, you one of the top dudes of the whole nation of Israel. Okay, in the world to come. We don't know who we are, but we understand according to prophecy, second chapter, the man who stood stiffly for the Lord, they're gonna be crowned, man. And what kind of men are gonna be crowned? You know, you look at the whole nation of Israel. You see this Jake right here. Shit, he could probably be crowned, man. Tells you in the book of 1 Samuel, the 2nd chapter. I might not be here when I'm about to leave. But let me grab this in 1 Samuel 2. 1 Samuel 2, verse 6. Verse 7, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. So the Lord is the reason he'll pick you up, man. Even if you're poor. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. Dust is representing of confusion. And lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. Okay, he lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. The dunghill is like shitty situations. That's the way I can put it, man. Okay, shitty hill. Dung is shit. Coming from a shitty situation. To set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. So he can make you inherit the throne of glory. You could be down bad. As a nation, we're down bad. We're considered, this cold word, to be poor, widow, fatherless. That's talking about the Israelites. Okay? And he's going to take us out of the situation that we are and put us among princes. Even 2/3 when you get into the kingdom. But the thing about y'all gonna be destroyed, then y'all gonna be brought back. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 8, is to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. So by strength shall no man prevail. So we understand that we can't do anything by our own might, that the Lord is going to be he's going to be guiding us to get us to where we're going. Now, does that mean we're just weak and we can't fight? No, that doesn't mean that, okay? The Lord put you in a situation, he's going to give you the victory. Simple as that. You know, but you joining the military, thinking that's going to provide some form of security, that's not going to save you, man. So you grabbing your gun and, you know, storing up on bullets like Robert Kiyosaki told you to do, that's not going to save you either. It's the Lord ultimately, he's the one who strengthens you, because you could die from anything out here, man. Okay. 1 Samuel 2:10, the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. And he's going to break everyone who came up against the nation of Israel. He's going to destroy their ass. Out of heaven shall thunder, he shall thunder upon them. The Lord Yahweh shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king and exalt the horn of his anointing. He already did that. Well, it's going to be with his elect too. But it starts with his son, and he already did that. Okay, he done, and now through his son, he's going to do the same thing for his elect. He's going to redeem his elect. He's going to put crowns on their heads for the work that they do, for the code that he put in them to do. All right? And that's what ultimately, that's what we're waiting to happen. Waiting for the Lord to redeem his elect. Find that Thomas thing, but let's see what else. So no matter what we're going through, man, take it cheerfully. This place is almost done, man. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Let me go over here in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, and verse 9. The thing that had been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So it ain't nothing new, man. All these types of judgments, him using the heathen to go to war with each other, destroy each other, and then there was a battle with I think the Valley of Jehoshaphat. King Jehoshaphat, he went to the battle after it was over, and it was nothing but spoil, man. All these heathen, they were fighting up against each other, and they reaped the reward of them destroying each other. And that's what's gonna happen. That's what the Lord's gonna do when he brings them into the Valley of Jehoshaphat. He's gonna bring all these heathen nations over there to be spoiled, be destroyed, and guess what? That's gonna put us in power. All right. So we just wait. That's the Lord doing the same thing he's done before. It ain't nothing new under the sun. It's repetitive, man. He tells you that his judgment is likened unto a ring. Everything is perfect timing. It's the same thing. He already told you what he does and doesn't like. You went against it. You know the rules. You know the laws. Here's the judgment. And he's going to pour it upon them, man. But I'm going to end it there. Lord's will, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makak Wadash, Shalom, Abad Babal, and Kwam Yasharal.